And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Obadiah, Sika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they'll buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what you're doing. You can't. Not in the clique. You cannot. Not in 3 years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will get the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Israel.
People depending on where you are hosting me from.
The same God of Ora, the same God of Uwe, the same God of all people. Not to be about the true God, one true God. You know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, but that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who, from their mother's womb, they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, it will flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light to become. They will follow it. They will say, let us see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us, so we don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook, they can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you never had before. They can give you a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll get you bicycle. They can promise you everything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move. So in the process that we are embarking upon, if we are not praying for war, but we are it to come to war, we have to fight. The only thing we are saying is that this time around, we will be more prepared than we were before. That's all we are saying. Nobody's asking for war. To tell me that you're prepared to be a slave in the Philippines, in another person's country, enjoying, let them go and ask the Filipinos what they went through to drive away Imelda Marcos and the husband. Our people need... sometimes, somebody suggested before that in the new Biafra, we will turn every textbook into a local language. If you're in Ibibio, physics will be in Ibibio language, geography in Ibibio, everything is in Ibibio language. If you're from Igbo land, everything will be in Igbo language. Everything. So that our people can reason in their own language. This is why I hated colonialism.
if you think in a foreign language, you will not understand the meaning of what you're talking about. That is why at Radio Biafra, we don't present radio and journalism the way it is done everywhere else, because our people, it will not have the desired impact. Here we give you the news and tell you the meaning and implications of the news you are presenting. How can somebody who claims he or she is educated can go to people and say, oh, don't join, you are not born during the war. What if you see what you suffered? Do you know what Churchill went through, what the British people went through under Hitler? Had Hitler launched his infantry into this country, has he commenced the ground assault in Britain, he would have taken over the country. That's what saved the people here. They don't understand history because they're not educated. They were educated in Nigeria, where you go to school for 2 weeks and you're on strike for 8 years. I don't blame them at all. That was why some of us left that zoo to come outside to come and study, so we can understand what studying is all about, so that when we stand up and speak and talk about intelligent people, we know what we are talking about. Anybody who is educated in Nigeria, I'm afraid to say, you are nobody because your brain is not complete. You are not intelligent enough to discuss or to understand what you're talking about. If you have to go to war, you go to war. Sometimes you fight a war not to defend lives and property, but to defend something that money cannot buy. That thing is called honor. It is called honor.
Let us observe 1 minute silence for all our fallen heroes, and the count starts now. May the souls of all our fallen heroes who passed continue to rest, while all of us, the living, will continue to fight from here, the land of the living, until we fulfill the goal, Biafra. Ise, 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 BDF anthem.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it, all hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing, the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our precious hero. Day and night, say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by your anointed light. Shining forever.
Biafrans all over the world, you're welcome to this wonderful space. Dr. Agi, the Honorable Secretary, we have Chooks here. I don't know if you want me to hand over to Chooks or you want to take control from here.
hand it over to Mazi Chuk Survival for now, and our Defense Secretary and Deputy, if you are here, please signal so that you can get a mic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Mazi Shooks, you have the mic for the opening.
Thank you so much, my brother Mazugu 247. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And also thank you to our Secretary of Information, Dr. Agi. I appreciate you. My fellow Biafrans who have joined us on today's program, everyone that has connected, both the media houses that have connected, and everyone that is interested in the issue of Biafra that is here, I welcome all of you. This very program is presented by the United States of Biafra Media. And on this program, before we proceed, we have to recognize our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandekano. We recognize him and we appreciate him for the effort he's making, fighting from the front line. And we pray that Chukwu Kikabiama will continue to strengthen him. We also have to appreciate and recognize our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Epa Joko, who is also fighting on behalf of Biafra on the front line internationally where he is, representing and standing on for us. We know that wherever he is with us, and we are working on the foundation and structure that he has kept for us. We appreciate him and we pray that Chukwu Abiyama will continue to strengthen him and return him back to us as soon as possible. And also, I have to appreciate our Deputy Prime Minister, the COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the surrogate of the Prime Minister, who is piloting the affair of the United States of Biafra today as we speak. And she has been doing very, very well. Biafrans appreciate her. And every member of the cabinet that is working with her, we appreciate every of their effort and everyone that is doing one thing or the other. You are all appreciated. And my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, whether you are living at home or abroad, whichever role you are playing, on whichever angle you are working towards the restoration, full restoration and recognition of Biafra, we appreciate you and we pray that you continue on that path because we are heading home and we are very, very close. This program today is a very important program that everybody has been expecting, I believe. So many people have been seeking for this opportunity today. And finally, the Department of Defense is here to speak to the world and to speak to Biafrans, to respond to those questions that are bothering you. It is very, very important that they come, and they have come. As you all know, the media of the United States of Biafra have always promised that every department will be coming when it is necessary to speak with the Biafrans, and that opportunity have called. So many of us who are broadcasting on various platforms get several questions that are coming on defense, and we have always told you that when it is the right time, the Defense Department will come and respond to questions, and that time has come. I want everyone who has connected, both media houses that have connected, to use this opportunity and use it wisely. Ask your questions and wait for your answer. In every question you are going to present, please try as much as possible to be civil in your questions. Be civil as much as you can. It doesn't matter how angry you are. It doesn't matter how dissatisfied you are. We are not trying to gag you or direct you on what to say or what to say. You are entitled to your opinion. But in expressing that your opinion, try as much as possible to do it in a civil manner. As long as you do that in a civil manner, you are going to get response to all the questions. But at the same time, you know we are talking about defense. When it comes to the issue of defense, you know that there are sensitive areas that you must not touch. There are sensitive questions that you ask and you wouldn't expect answers here. So I believe everyone that is in this media space today will have the opportunity to ask their question in a civil manner and get the response that they are supposed to get. Today, we are lucky in the house. We have here the Secretary of Defense, Mazi Solomon I. Nkwacha. He is here with us with his deputy, Mazi Philip Ajoko, Deputy Secretary of Defense. They are here, and these are people that are working with the United States of Biafra government on the area of defense. They are in charge of the defense, and we know how important defense is to the United States of Biafra and to Biafrans as a whole. This is a very sensitive section that each time it's been mentioned, people get moved. Some of us become so emotional. It is very sensitive, and we have capable hands on that section, and they have come to respond to your question. I will urge every one of us on this platform today to use this opportunity and use it wisely. While you are asking your question, I repeat again, place your question in a very civil manner for you to get your response. Ask your question in a civil manner so that you can get your response. I know why I'm repeating this. I know this defense issue is a very sensitive area, very emotional, that even our enemies, the distractors, have always known how important it is to us and to all Biafrans. And each time they try to go to that direction to emotionally drive Biafrans crazy and make us do things we are not supposed to do. I will indulge every Biafran that is listening to us today to please pay attention and come in with those questions that is bothering you. This is the opportunity to present it. Do it in a civil manner and you will get all your answers. I will hand the mic to the Secretary of Defense now, if he's here. I believe he's with us already, to take the mic and speak to Biafrans. And I believe that Biafrans are really going to enjoy the space today and get their answers. Thank you so much. I yield the mic to the Secretary of Defense, if he's there.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I think it's Chooks. Honorable Chooks, thank you very much for having us today. I'd like to get the Deputy Secretary of Defense to speak, to introduce himself briefly before I continue. So, Honorable Deputy, are you here? Please take the mic and speak briefly before I continue. Thank you, if you're here. My deputy, are you here?
Mazi Philip Ajoko. Yeah, he's here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And hello, Biafrans, and greetings. Thank you very much, Defense Secretary, and the media house, especially in the house. We have a true survivor, we have Go 247, and the other members of the media team. And Biafrans in general, thank you for your presence in today's defense briefing. My name is Philip Ajoko Onyami. Thank you. I hand over to you, Defense Secretary.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Secretary of Defense. So I'd like to thank everyone present. Before I start, I'd like to, of course, say greetings to our leader, Mazen Namdekano, the Hamadike of Biafra land. Also thank our able Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Eba Njoko. May Chukwu Okike Abia keep you and protect you wherever you are. And I'm sure you'll be joining us very soon because you have committed no crime, not to law. Those Nigerians just wasting their time trying to delay. They delay you and thinking that they're also delaying our freedom. And also to thank our able Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, for a wonderful job that you're doing, leading us as we wait for our PM to come back to us. I have to thank our angels on the ground fighting as we speak. They're doing a marvelous job, even though we have some challenges. But of course, that's what you expect. And what we're doing, this we are fighting against our enemies that are bent on not seeing us be free. But they have failed because we are determined. We have this, so the idea that we have that we must be free can never be countered and can never be defeated. So they can do all manner of things they're doing right now. And I tell you, Biafrans, what they're doing right now is just because we declared our independence. That's why you see the escalation of their conflict right now. But it's too late for them. So Biafrans, we're thanking all for angels from the BLA, Biafran Liberation Army, for the Biafran, the fighter resistance forces, and of course our Navy. They are doing very well. But I mean, we're here today because I know it's been a while since we had a conversation with Biafrans. I know you guys, there's some kind of anxiety that has crept up among our people, among Biafrans, that begs for response. And that's why we have come today. I just want you guys to know, of course, I've told you before that this current defense, in the United States of Biafra defense, we are not defending in social media. We don't participate in any kind of propaganda, any kind of lies, innuendos, any kind of things that will put our men in jeopardy. That's why we remain far away from social media. But it has come to us lately that the defense name has been just be marred in public by certain innuendos, lies, propaganda, and what have you. I want you guys to know that the defense do not have permanent enemies or permanent friends. We have to do whatever we need to do to be free, to free our people. So nobody can tell the defense whom to use to fight the enemies, especially when they have no proof of anything that is anything that they're saying. So please, dear friends, I just really want to before I will answer the question. I know you have a lot of questions. We'll be answering those questions the best we can. But I just want you guys to know, do not listen to anything about defense that is not coming from Defense Department or from our Secretary of Information. So the fact that certain people were used for specific tasks that calls for defending in this Defense Department does not mean that they automatically become, the work for the defense or part of cabinet. That's far from the truth. We use capable hands for specific tasks or against the enemies in certain areas that will determine that it required some specialists in what they do. Biafrans have soldiers, we have men, but not all of them have the same capabilities. We have a lot of young soldiers, young commanders that are coming up in the trade of defense. They're not seasoned yet, but we're training them as we go. But when something comes, when something difficult, are some areas, in this our guerrilla war fights that we're fighting against Nigeria's several states. And because I remember seeing our Biafrans really crying and very upset about what was happening in the Hamufu and the environs, about the killings and people running away from their homes. But because of the action that we took to arrest the situation, many of our people now are returning back to their homes. So I think that's progress. So we didn't wait until, because the men that were there were not enough of them, or not equipped enough, or whatever reason, they needed help. And that's why we responded with that help. And that response, I mean, really yielded some fruits, some big fruits. Now, as we speak today, in Yamufu and environs, they are calm and people are turning back to their homes. And we're not done with them yet. We're not done with the terrorists that came to invade our places there, our farms, and in fact coming to the homes to kill our people, to butcher them. Nobody wants to see that. I certainly don't want to see that. It pains me, like I'm sure it pains many Biafrans to see such a picture or such a videos. So that's why we had to respond, and we did. So, like I said, today things are changing all over. In Olo, things are changing. I'm sure you guys are following the things that are happening. So it's happening everywhere. Our people are coming up now. Biafrans, especially our angels, they know that this fight is a fight that we must win. So we're all coming out. You know what they say, according to us in Namdekano's, the four cardinal points that we must hold there. So be without fear against and before our enemies. We speak the truth always, even if it leads to our death. We help the poor and those who cannot help themselves. Must be of good character, so that God may love us. And that's exactly what we're following. Those are in addition to the template that we're following, that is established by Obatobe, our Prime Minister, Mazen Samaneba. So we also look at this cardinal point that we must follow as well. And we're doing that. So, dear friends, I just want we do not need anyone talking about defense, especially if the person do not even have any experience in defense, has not carried any gun or weapon, has not been in the bush, so has not been there. So all those things, we don't want anybody talking about our defense. We certainly don't want our angels to talk about what they're doing in the field. We don't want them to talk about it. So all those things we're working on, and we're improving. So I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna stop here, and then we'll listen to your questions and be able to answer your questions. Thank you very much, dear friends.
All right. Honorable Secretary for Information, Dr. Agi, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know if the Deputy Defense Secretary would want to say anything, or should we continue from here?
No, the Deputy Secretary would like to say something. Mazi Philip Ajoko, please speak up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Secretary of Information, Dr. Agi, and I also want to thank my Secretary of Defense as well for the submissions that he has made in reference to what has been going on, what has transpired within the past few months. Dear friends, I believe you have heard what transpired. I'm not going to go through all those things that he has said again, but as we know, in defense, what we try to apply standard known all over the world as has to do with a lot of classified information. I know Biafrans, being people who are democratic in nature, always want to hear everything. But I want to crave your indulgence to understand that it is not every question that you ask that you will get the response as you would love. Because you may not understand from the civilian standpoint the implications, the consequences of your questions. So when you don't get that which you desire or which you want, don't get offended and go out and start saying things that you don't understand. People have said things that are causing a lot of problems among our circles. We know these individuals. Some of them are our friends, but they have said things. We know them all. I am urging Biafrans to please disregard most of the things, most of the utterances that you hear emanating from some media handles. They cause more harm than good. They cause a lot of Biafrans to develop high BP unnecessarily. Your defense is doing everything within their powers to control the situation, to make sure that we defend our people and our land to the best in our abilities. We will not allow the invaders to take over any inch of Biafra land. We will from time to time be loyal to our people. We are your employees. You are our employers. Always remember this. This time, we have made this pledge over and over that we will work within the limits of the law of Biafra, and the laws of the international community. But most importantly, we will go all out and do everything to defend our land and our people. These are the cardinal points that we must always remember. Biafra is always going to be part of the global community. We will always remember these things. Sometimes we must also remember the people we are dealing with. Even when Nigeria is a signatory to most of the conventions domiciled in the United Nations and the ECOWAS laws, they don't obey any of these things. Nigeria sometimes, or most times, pretend not to understand what the laws say in these conventions. They violate our laws. They treat us like we are not human beings. It causes us a lot of headache. But I also want our people to understand that we have just declared our nation. Declaring it doesn't make it free at this point. The turmoil is here. We have to face it and deal with it. It will take some pains. It has been prophesied by our leader and also our prime minister and all the good people and discerning minds that they will kill us and we will kill them. In the end, Biafra will come. Don't get discouraged when you see one of us go down. It is part of the struggle. You must know that these things will happen. You cannot get discouraged at any point. You must continue to support your government. Currently, under the leadership of our DPM, COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, you must show your support, notwithstanding what people say around you. What is important is your ability to use your senses to know the truth and know what is lie. So you don't mix things up. You have the freedom of speech. It is your right. But how you use such freedom is another thing. Are you going to use your freedom of speech to destroy your government? Or are you going to use it to promote your government? That is the question that you ask yourself. It is often good and important that we say the truth at all times. But there are certain truths that are not required at some point. You must use your senses when you speak. Some truths are not useful enough in what we are doing. Remember, propaganda. Good propaganda is part and parcel of any warfare. They will use propaganda to twist your understanding of events. You must be ready to counter those propaganda. And also, I want to remind us that we are humans in the Defense Department. We are not God. We are not here to tell Biafrans that we are perfect. But we are here to tell you that we will try our very best to come close to that perfection. In order to achieve the desired result, we all must work together. When you begin to say things that the enemy will take advantage of, you are not helping your state, you are not helping your country. That is what I meant when I said some truths are harmful. Even when you think that I don't know what we think when we say all these things. You might think you are saying these things the right way. And that's why we said in defense, certain things are classified. Even big countries, world powers, they make mistakes. You have often heard the word collateral damage. When they try to hit something, they hit something else. Civilian lives are involved in these things. Those things are a mistake. But they don't go haywire, going to CNN and shouting on their president and all the defense department and calling them some derogatory names. Rather, they continue to support them. That is what we want from our people. Your support. We are not saying come out on the street and begin to clap for the Defense Department. That is not what we say. At least the basic support. That is what we're asking. So Biafrans, as you ask your questions today, you have to be in the right frame of mind to understand that not every question that you ask, that you will get what you actually have in mind. We will sometimes be evasive in the way we answer. We are careful. This nascent country must be protected at all cost. You will not leave it only in the hands of Defense Department. It is a task that each and every one of us must be part of. I don't want to continue talking. I want to leave it like this and yield my mic honorably back to the Defense Secretary. Thank you very much once again. My name is Philip Ajoko Onyami. God bless Biafrans. We are ready for your questions. I yield my mic.
Thank you so much, the Defense Secretary and the Deputy, for coming today to address Biafrans. Biafrans, like we said earlier, if there are issues at stake or something that is very important, we'll try to bring that department to the space. Like always, I have not seen any country that is always talking about their defense online. So on that note, ask your genuine questions, unbiased questions, please, respectfully. Thank you so much. Mazugo, you can start taking people, their hands are up. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, my Honorable Secretary, Dr. Agi. And thank you, the Honorable Defense Secretary, or the Deputy, and Biafrans all over the world. Thank you for this day. You come here, as you come in, please, if you ask your question, answered or not answered, we will appreciate you leave the mic space, because we have so many people requesting for mic, so that they will have the opportunity to ask their questions as well. Please, we wouldn't like the situation where we'll be taking you out of the mic by ourselves. Thank you. My sister Mouthpiece, are you there? Do you want to say anything? I can see your hands is up.
Yes, thank you so much. You go 247, Honorable. You go 247. And I thank you, the the Information Secretary, Honorable Dr. Agi. And I greet you, the Defense Secretary and the Deputy Defense Secretary. Thank you once again, all the media gurus here on the space today. I have my question, but I don't. I just wanted to let you know, Ugo, that as the co-host, I can give. I see the requests, but the handle to give people the mic has been taken. There's nothing. It's just plain. So I just wanted you to remove me and bring me back, so I can help you to be bringing people in if need be, or removing people when their question have been asked. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Drake, are you there? Can you hear me, Drake?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I'm here.
okay,
I'm here.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Drake, you will
Yeah,
help me. Anybody that finishes asking their questions, once they have been responded, take them out of the mic, please.
all right, all right.
Thank
Just a quick one. I appreciate you, Maz. You go 247, the Defense Secretary, and then the Secretary of Defense, and all you wonderful your friends, Princess Agi. I greet you, and I greet every members, Chuk Survivor, and everyone. I appreciate you all for your good works and for always standing resolute. We we the citizens of Biafra are seeing your good works, and then we are happy, you know, in all that you guys are doing. We all know it is not easy, and that is why we are always here to support in our own little ways. So we must continue to do it until we finally get to our nation, our destination. That is our land, our God-given land, the land of the rising sun. So once again, I appreciate you all for coming, and then um, we must continue, and then we must continue. Masiko, please, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I will only call you if I have your hands up. If I see your hand up, I will call you to ask your question. And if you are here, you don't raise your hand, we might take you down to bring people that want to ask questions. So if you know you're here, you don't want to ask question, uh, kindly leave the mic. But if you have the mic, raise your hand so you can ask your question. Thank you. Okay, we come to you. General Conrad Chisholm, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay. Thank you, and happy Sunday. I appreciate you, our dear Ugo 247, and our Secretary of Defense, Solomon, and also our Deputy Secretary, Onyami Philip. I appreciate everybody, and our Secretary, also Princess Age. All the genuine Biafran, I appreciate all of us, and I thank everybody for coming to this space. My question will go like this. Please, I don't want to offend anybody. But my question is this: since we declared Biafra, since 29th of November, we redeclared Biafra. many of us or many Biafran people, both in homeland and abroad, if you go to social media, they will be like balling up to know what next. Even though there are some distractions, and automatically we know the genuine people and we know the genuine government under Honorable Ngozi. Please, our Secretary of Defense, we know that we have good angels defending our land, especially in guerrilla warfare tactics pattern. Maybe they don't have, maybe they are not much, or maybe the population is maybe more, maybe small. I want to know if there will be possible for more recruitment of another angels to help. Another thing is, if you watch in Congo, the M23 people, the M23 people that are defending the eastern part, Eastern Congo, they travel out of Congo and reorganize themselves and came back and start defending their land in Congo. Are we now ready? Maybe some people, because we have Igbo people or Biafran people in USA Army, we have Biafran people, Army people in Russia. Can we organize ourselves, organize those people to come back home to help the homeland people, the angels in homeland, to defend our land? That is another question. And another question: whether the Biafran government have they have a very great support, international support, especially military support from Russia or from USA or from Japan, all those international recognition support, because Nigerian army are very brutal to this homeland. So we want to know if such support is now ready and if we are now prepared, maybe after these 60 days of warning from our DPM, if we are now prepared to face Nigerian army no matter what, because we know that Nigeria, we have some Igbo people or some Biafran in Nigeria, and they are ready to join Biafra, but it is once the real fight started. So we want to know that one, or maybe I want to know. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much for your question. With regard to the population of our angels, I believe we will have, we are still growing, people are joining, so as you know, we are running a decentralized military at the moment. So uh, every state commander has control of that particular state. And when we determine that there's need for more angels to come, and they are coming, so it's not our issue. It's not a problem of people. We have men, we have angels on the ground to do the job. What we need is just their contribution, their support. That's all we need. And the men are there to get it done, to get the job done. With regard to the other question you asked, uh, I will not comment on that. That is area of what we say is classified information. We don't want to, uh, say anything in public when it comes to those who are supporting us and those who are not. So, but rest assured that everything is being done to get our international recognition. Get it done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So
General,
hello, sir. Hello.
hold on, Mazi, hold
Yes,
on, please. Please.
hello.
Comrade,
I just want to make a comment. This is Dr. Agi. This is question and answer because we're not going to stay here for too long. We have 1 more hour to be here. So please, when you come up, just go straight to your question. Disregard all the protocol, everything, we got it. Just go straight to your question so we'll be able to answer. They'll be able to answer your question as many questions as they can. We only have 1 more hour to go. Thank you.
so, Comrade,
Okay,
please, can
sir.
you leave the mic? Let
Sir.
others have the privilege of asking this
Okay. Okay.
questions, please.
Okay. Okay. Just a second. Let me go. Just a second. Just a second, please.
No, sir. If you have asked question before, sir, please just follow Mazil Go's instruction. Release your mic for
Okay.
the next
Okay.
person.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
There will be another time. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Humble Lion of Biafra, unmute yourself and ask your question.
All right. Good evening. Onye ọbụla. Ụmụnne m ndewo. So, every protocol duly observed. I have two questions. Number one question is this. Some days ago, we got information from the spirits that so somebody called one of the angels on ground. They called Butuzo is now returning back as the lost son came back to his father. So he's coming back to realize his mistake. That is coming back to the United States of Biafra. So I want to find out if truly he has come back and really examined by our defense secretaries. Is it true that they came back and really examined? If truly they came back, were they examined or are they still undergoing examinations before they can be able to be brought back to us? Let it not be that they have been sent.
Mazi, hold on. Ask your questions, please. Simple. Ask your question and you will get your answer. Don't make statement. Just ask question. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, my question is: are they truly back to the government, or is it something? Is it a propaganda, or are they truly back? That's number one. Number two is this: is there anywhere that the defense secretary, do they have any suggestion box? There are a lot of things that people can say that cannot be said here. This is a security issue. There are some ideas, there are some things that people can, that it might not need answers. So that somebody have an idea or something can this it can write it and forward to the suggestion box. When they read, if it is good for them, they will use it. If it's not good for them, they will trash it. It doesn't need to be answered. It doesn't require knowing the person that sent the message, but it can be useful to the to our struggle, to our government. So, is there anything like that? Those are the two questions I want to know.
No.
Okay, let me take Miles, let me answer your number two question about information. This is Dr. Agi, the Secretary of Information. My my S handle is open for everyone to send me any information, and people do that constantly. So just in place, send it to me. I'll forward it to the defense. But however, the defense also has their own web handle. But just to be, if you, because I'm always here more than they do. Send your information to me, so I'll take care of that. That second question. Thank you.
Okay.
Right
All
there.
right.
Yeah, I will.
And thank you very much on your first question. Uh, I don't have that information. I don't know whether deputy has information about that. We do not have any information about somebody coming back to their father or whatever you said. We don't have that information. That's to the best of my knowledge. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you.
All right, coming from the deputy, let me also support what Defense Secretary said, because from day one, the individual whose name you mentioned has been in this government. There has never been any reason, any time that the government, came out to complain that everybody was lost. And at any point, if you know, if you can tell the public that you have heard that the government was complaining of anything, that is the case for another day. But so far, so good. That is all that the defense can tell you about that. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. Humble Lion, please, if you can let us have your mic back. Okay, we come to praise. Praise Elohim, unmute yourself.
Can you hear me? Can I be heard, please? Can I be heard?
We can hear you. Go straight and ask
Is
your question because you have a
okay.
very noisy background.
Okay. All protocol. I
We can't hear you anymore. Praise Elohim, we cannot hear you. We are not hearing anything.
you can hear.
You are breathing. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Hello.
Maybe you go out and come
You
back.
can hear me.
We can hear you now. Go on and ask your question. All right. Please, if you want to ask any question, raise your hand. That's the only way we'll know you want to ask a question. And I'm surprised that Biafrans are no longer asking questions. Here are the defense secretary with the deputy. They want to take those your questions. Don't come to space after today to ask any question about any defense or military, about the defense secretary or the deputy or anything defense. If you do not come here to ask this your question, if I see you asking question, I may respond to you the way you not like. We do not take questions from the comment section. Come here and ask your question. Thank you.
Please, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now, please?
We can
go on now.
We can hear you. Go on and
Okay,
ask
thank
your
you
question. Go on and ask your question. We
so
can hear you.
much. Uh,
All right.
Honorable, I think maybe maybe we can do this for.
I just want to have two defense secretary.
Hold on.
Prime Minister.
Maze, hold on. We have not been hearing you. It will be good you go out and come back again, because you've taken more than 5 minutes here, yet we didn't hear anything from you. So just leave the mic. If you can log out of this space and come back again, let's see if it will be clear. Please.
And maybe I'm thinking if he cannot, maybe where he is, the network is bad. We can take just his own on the comment section. He can ask his question on the comment section. We can read it out for him. I think that will do if he's able to do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you can go to the comment section and get his question, I don't have a problem with that. Because me, I can't go. I am streaming. So if I will try to log into comment, it might disrupt some things.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure no one will complain that he couldn't get his question. So I will do that for him. So if he does that, I will do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, we have our own Maze Aris. Maze is gonna ask your question.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to everyone, depending on your location. All protocols duly observed. I actually have 10 questions, but I'll ask just two. Like I said before, I have like 10 questions, but I'm going to ask just two. And if need be, I'll come up again to ask the rest, but I'll just start with these two. And I'm just asking as a concerned Biafran, an ordinary Biafran, a media personnel, I just want to know, can you, Honorable Sir, the Secretary for Defense, can you share any update on the progress of the Biafra Defense Forces efforts to counter-react external threats, such as the Nigeria Terrorist Army, the Nigeria Police, and other armed militias sponsored by Nigeria government? Also, an update on the progress so far on the ongoing struggle between Nigeria and Biafra to regain our borders and reclaim our sovereignty. And that's the first question. And secondly, how has the recent recruitment to the Biafra Defense Force impacted the overall security and stability of Biafra? I will go with these two for now, and I might need to come back again for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's actually an important question. I don't think I've responded that very well during my initial submission. Currently, as you know, the defense, because we have some challenges brought about by the Asare Dokubo and some Igbos that they recruited, that is taking them around, showing them where our angels are located and what have you. We also have a Soludo version, of course, his own vigilante that he recruited, so also causing problems for our defense. They will have the Uzodinjo in the Imo State, also has his own recruitment that is posing also issues for us. So all those vigilantes that these governors are doing, I think one was sent to, I guess, run for re-election this year, talking about in the matter of Soludo, so of course, our men are meeting the challenge. Just that some of the sabotage we're getting are those that the Asada Kubo and his terrorist organization army recruiting the Igbos that is taking them around our areas. So that's why it's very, very important that we support our men on ground, our angels, to match the equipment that they're bringing to attack us, to match some equipment with them so that our men will defeat them, and we're really fighting hard against them, and in light of all this, uh, all those both, you can see what we're facing is like a four-pronged attack against us, So we have the Nigerian terrorist army, they have the police, then they have Asad Dokuba and his men, then they have Soludo, Udokachia, and then they have of course Aguni Chamber launched by so it was the governor. So so those are the challenges we're facing, but we're not going to go anywhere, and they will not defeat us. That is really, very, very, painful to watch, So, but with some new entrance in our defense now, we have some strong men that have come, has a lot of experience. I believe in no time you will see the results of their demise in our land, because the land of Biafra will swallow all of them. I assure you. So, and I think on the other question, what was the question again? Because of course I've not spent so much on this particular one, which is very, very important, by the way. I know you asked another question. Can you remind me of the question you asked again, please?
Yes, definitely. The second question, although the first question, I really wanted to know if you can share like an update on the progress so far.
Excuse me, Mazar, is just like they said earlier, there are information that classified. So
Okay.
just understand that, please.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Yeah, yeah. You can't go beyond that, yes.
So on the second one, I just want to know how has the recent recruitment to the Biafra Defense Forces impacted the overall security and stability of Biafra? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so, well, it's very helpful. Like I said earlier, we're running a decentralized military right now. So it's going to be very difficult for the enemy to uh, defeat us, because we are working in every state. We are present in every state. So, and the way we structured it is that any state can come and support a neighboring state, to fight. So it's more difficult for the enemy than us. Let me put it that way. They are having more difficult than us. We have the advantage here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And the Secretary of Defense, Honorable Solomon I. Nkwacha, remember your deputy is here. So when they throw some of these questions, feel free to,
Yeah,
um,
give it to you. That's right.
yeah, Deputy Defense Minister, don't leave everything for Maz Solomon. You can always jump in. That's why you are here. Please, thank you so much. Okay, Mazi, go ahead. Mazi, go next, please. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Please, if your hand is not up, I will assume you don't want to ask any question, and that means I might take you out of the speaker. I will take the speaker away from you. If I don't see your hand up, I will take back my speaker from you. I will take back my microphone from you, I mean to say. So if you are here, because I have up to 20 people that want to ask a question that are waiting. So you cannot occupy the microphone here and then you are not asking questions. So kindly leave the microphone so that the people that want to ask questions can have the mic, please. Because please, Drake and the mouthpiece, anybody you don't see their hand up, take them down. Thank you. Mouthpiece, your hand is up. Do you want to ask anything? Do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, yes, I wanted to ask my own before they.
So, sorry, Mazugo, please bring me down, bring me up. I can't hear anything, please.
All right.
Okay. Um, thank you, Mazugo, and thank you once again. Now, please, Honorable Deputy Defense Secretary and Deputy, I want to know, as we have the 40 states of Biafra, how are the administrators, like you rightly stated that the army has now been decentralized, and if the army that are being recruited in each state are helping the Biafra, the other, let me just say the general army, by going through the bushes to make sure that these Fulani terrorist herdsmen that are killing our people are rooted out of our forests. I just wanted to know if that is being done. Thank you. Did they hear me? Did anyone hear what I said?
Deputy, are you there? That's what I take
One
take this
second,
question.
the deputy just called me. Actually, he was bumped out somehow, so he's coming in. He's coming
Oh,
in back. Yes, can
okay.
you hear me?
Okay, so,
Yes. So,
Uh,
Honorable
okay.
Nkwajosi, I think you can go ahead then. Unless
okay.
if we skip that, when he comes, he will answer.
No,
So, next
no,
question, please. When he comes back, he
Yeah.
will answer
no,
that. Thank you.
no,
Thank.
let's go ahead and do it.
Okay.
So the question was about how the 40 states, how they're working with the admin. Is that right? Is that right? That's the question? How
No,
they are.
now what I wanted to ask is how, the army that, now that the army has been decentralized. I hope that I'm hoping that the army that are being recruited are going into our forests, because first and foremost, in order to tackle this the menace of the Nigerian army, we have to first, the army has to first go into our forests to root out these herdsmen who are doing the job for the army before the army comes in to kill our people. Because if we do not remove those people in the bushes, in our forests, they will continue kidnapping, they will continue to come in the night to kill our people, rape our women. So that's why I want to know if plans are being made to make sure in all the 40 states that our angels are going into the forest to root out all these marauders. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
The Secretary, let me take that question real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good question. A wonderful question. In fact, that question has been the question that has been on the lips of all Biafrans, and I'm happy that he came out in this briefing. Biafrans, decentralization is something that we needed, and that is why we adopted it as our own system. You can see what is happening in Nigeria. the place we just left. Somebody cannot do anything until you call Abuja. When they like, they send somebody. When they don't like, they decline. But we are here as defense of Biafra to assure Biafrans to be rest assured that even though it is decentralized, that information flow is still intact, that Fulani herdsmen and in fact every enemy, whether herdsman, whether herdsmen, whether the zoo terrorist army, whether anything, whether in all form, all shape, anything enemy coming into Biafra will have themselves to be blamed. So I'm here to answer your question in the affirmative that Biafran Defense Forces are up, standing tall, waiting for every enemies, foreign and domestic, that may try to invade the Biafran space, whether land, sea, or air. We are ready to deal with them, and that is one thing the Defense Department of Biafra would want you to go home with from this briefing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please, advocating that every, because there's a lot of hands up, Honorable Go, that every question should be limited to 1 minute, if that's okay. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mazugo. Thank you, Honorable Secretary, Defense Secretary and Deputy. I have some classified information I would like to speak with you direct, precisely.
Hold on,
But my
hold on, hold on, hold on. If it is classified, why do you
no,
want to bring it here?
no. I'm not bringing it here. I said I will prefer to. I will speak with you privately.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not bringing it here.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So my question is there anything you find big challenges you feel you can share with the Biafrans to, about what you are doing at the moment? Is there any big challenges you feel you can share with Biafrans at the moment?
Secretary, over to you, unless you give me permission to go ahead.
Well, let me take that. I mean, it's obvious, right? We have some challenges. The challenge we have is not about men. We don't have any challenge there. So we're well equipped in that area. The challenges we have is resources, right? So we need the maximum support from Biafrans, to support their defense. And just like our Deputy Prime Minister, we just passed a bill. She signed the bill into law for every Biafran to self-defend themselves. To be able to defend themselves, they should not allow themselves to be butchered like animal on the streets that we saw recently. So that's why we urge every Biafran, just try as much as possible to make sure you get some kind of anything that you can have or get within your means to be able to defend yourself when you are when you are confronted by this terrorist army, in army uniform, Nigerian army uniform. So they're killing people without any justification at all. Even though you're a civilian, you have carry no arms. They think you carry no arms. Therefore, that they can come at any time at night time to attack you. But if they know that you have something that could hurt them, believe me, they will think twice before coming into your house. So that's why we urge everybody because this defending of our nation is not just a job for only the angels. Because Biafra land is big. We have big land, expansive land that we cannot be everywhere at the same time. So that's why I urge all Biafrans to protect themselves with anything that they can get to protect themselves and their families. Well, now we'll be there as fast as we can. So that's the only challenge. It's like resources. We need the resources. We need contribution from Biafrans, and that's all we need. Basically, everything else we can get. Just like our DPR has stated that several times during the broadcast, that's what Biafrans need. You have to support your government. You have to support the defense of your land. So that's all. That's the only thing we ask. Thank you. Deputy, if you have anything to add to that, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Secretary. Like Secretary said, not to expand the answers, but I have to call it like it is. The challenge, number one, money. Number two, money. Number three, money. You know that we don't have access to our resources. We don't tap into any of them, but we have them all. Remember when Musa said that this is asymmetrical warfare? What asymmetric warfare means simply is when there's a conflict between two armed forces of unequal everything. So one is higher, the other one is just scrambling. So we are the underdog here. We are new. That is why we are using guerrilla warfare. It's because we don't have enough resources. And it's only Biafrans. We commend all Biafrans who try daily, day and night to sponsor our military. But we still ask for more. If you are among those who have stopped doing anything because of, for some reason, we cannot explain, remember, the only limitation we have is resources. Nobody will do it for us. The expectation is high. When we try to navigate through this expectation game, we want you to know that your expectation can only be met when we have the right resources. We have the men, we have the strategy, we have everything, the tactics. It's just that we don't have resources. We don't have the resources to actually deploy the strategy in place. So, Biafrans, we have said it all. The ball is in your court. Thank you.
Okay, this is Dr. Agi. I'm here as your timekeeper. We have 6 minutes, 26 more minutes to go. So please go straight to your question. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. I have a question one question for our defense minister. It's about a caterpillar because I heard Caterpillar is back for
Excuse me, Honorable Ada. We don't want to mention anybody's particular name, and related to that, that question has been answered earlier on. If you have another question, please go ahead and ask. Don't take us back to that question. Thank you.
I haven't heard somebody ask this question. I'm here
They
since.
they asked about, and like I said, we don't bring anybody's name here. That's what I'm saying. He answered that
Okay, let me
question generally.
Don't shut her down. Don't shut her down. That's a very important question. It's
I'm
a very
not
Secretary,
sure.
important question. Don't shut her down, please.
I'm not shutting her down. We don't come here with.
Secretary,
We don't call anybody name here. This is
Secretary
faith.
of Secretary of Information, please allow her. Bring the
This is
question
faith.
again. Please allow her, please. Go ahead, Adadio, answer your question.
Thank you very
I
much.
mean, ask your question.
Thank you very much. It's about Caterpillar because I heard the Caterpillar has back. You people call Caterpillar back. And up till today, I heard that the money you people give Caterpillar to take buy goods, up till now, nowhere to find Caterpillar. He haven't delivered the goods, and he haven't reached up to the individuals that is supposed to deliver the goods. Up till it's over getting to 2 weeks now. So I want to know the reason why you people blame Caterpillar that kill all our people, black about it. He destroyed everything that we need, which every Biafrans know about it. So that is my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the question. So, I mean, I don't know the person that is feeding you this kind of information. So all I can tell you that is a lie. This is just a pure lie. So nobody has bought Caterpillar. Well, it says his name is Caterpillar. I don't call anybody's name here. So nobody has bought anybody Caterpillar to the government. Okay, so that's how I can tell you. As far as uh, buying material for the government that has not been delivered, I never heard of that one. Thank you. I don't know if you had anything to add to
Um,
this.
Defense Secretary, please, can I help you in that?
Go
In
ahead.
that,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Biafrans, for those who care, for those who have ears, let them hear. Here in defense, we face the business of defense. Here in Biafra, we face the business of Biafran people. That includes life and property. We addressed this thing earlier when we said people in media, sometimes you do more harm than good. When you hear something, information that you are not sure, you don't come to public and begin to cause problems here and there. Even when you are not sure about the information that you are spreading. I think for all people who support this government, they will do the government and Biafran people a favor by coming first of all to verify whatever information that they have before coming out to the media. Because we know that a lot of people care about the money they will make from media when they sell some information. That is not fair when it comes to the Biafra defense. You must understand that defense is not village meeting and it is not going to church. We are not here in the church. We are here in the business that has to do with lives and the defense of life. So we ask for people who are peddling rumors that are unfounded to, to desist going forward. First, inquire and inquire and inquire. I've heard the individual whose name you mentioned, and you just sold information that never happened. I don't know how you got the information, but Biafrans, I'm telling you that information that you are hearing from Honorable Ada Diorama is false. And I know that the same individual has been spreading it and even fighting over it. Please, we don't want that in the defense. The only way to help Biafra is to reduce the toxic information that you dish out to the public. That will help us to defend Biafra better. And to Biafrans who hear these things, it is good to you to apply very good discernment. For those who cannot discern, it is better to ask your friends, those who know better, how to use information. Thank you, and may God continue to lead Biafra and lead all the information that is coming to Biafra so that we don't make mistake. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Deputy Defense. But I want to say this to whoever that was shouting at me. I only let that question go because the Deputy Defense Secretary, who is a cabinet member, obliged to answer that question. As the information minister, it is my duty not to create an atmosphere that is hostile to our people. We are not here for Mona meeting. We are not here for nepotism. We are not here for friendship. This is war. We are here. The defense, the meaning of defense is about your security. It's not about my party. This is not any community association. This is USB. So when we are here, we come here for serious business. You can shout all you can. Had it been that the deputy defense minister did not ask me to let go, I will not let that question fly. I am not intimidated, and you cannot do that.
Thank
I
you for
respect,
obliging
yeah,
me,
thank
please.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I respect everyone, but don't come here as if we are in primary school where we have to defend our friend. We are all Biafrans. It's our people that are being killed. Nobody is more important than anybody. Okay? And not all that call my friends are really true friends. Because some of us don't talk, doesn't mean we don't know what is happening. Because some of us don't talk doesn't mean that we hate Biafrans. We stay back and try to fix the problem. We need the money to support Biafra, not coming here or shouting everywhere, creating commotion, making the atmosphere very hostile for our people. I'm information. My phone rings all the time with messages and everything. So when I speak here, I speak as one of you who is not getting enough sleep because of people calling with a lot of trash that is being said outside there. So don't come here next time to challenge me to allow so to speak and all that. This is, we are fighting war. This is not our Umuna association. Thank you so much. Madugo, take the next person.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I add a little bit, please, just to second what the information secretary said, please. It is good that this question that Adadia Rama brought in here has been laid to rest. Now it is time for Biafrans to focus. It has been treated and that it's been laid to rest. Thank you so much. Over to you,
Thank
Honorable Go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, we see Happy Man, unmute yourself and ask your question.
I want to thank you, Ugo 247 for the opportunity to speak. I thank you, my leaders, the people we have sent out to work for us. I feel that we should learn to trust them and have a reason not to trust them before we can say, oh, they are not doing what we ask them. Having said that, I have a question for my honorable secretary. One of the questions I have is the the in the decentralization and this new rule that you guys have also passed about self-defense. Is there any way the government or the is equipping the 40 states of United States of Biafra to begin to teach or supply things that our people will need at home so that they can begin to understand and build this self-defense we're talking about? And if you give me one chance to ask another question, I would like to know if there is any way that our defense is building things like drone and the other birds that will be helping us to be able to comb and control our territory and also to reduce the influence of our governors who are also supporting to bring in these people to kill our people so that we are not constantly chasing and chasing after the evil that they are doing. Thank you so much. I'll wait.
Thank you very much for that question. Uh, yes, there's certain things that civilians at home in the villages or towns that they can do or get on their own to defend themselves. We are Biafrans, and Biafrans were very, very resourceful. And it's just that recently they bought the idea of relinquishing whatever they had, because the governor asked them to do that. But they need now to go back and get it, even if it is a hunter's rifle. It's still very useful. It's available everywhere in Biafra land. So anything that you can get, even a machete, they call it. Even a knife, all those things. There are things that you can have in your body at any time, that you can turn into something to defend yourself. Just inflicting a pain on an enemy or somebody trying to harm you will give you the opportunity to escape. You just want the opportunity to escape from that sin. So anything that you can do, and there's other things that to have in mind that we're going to be sending through the administrators or the governors of the states, to show to their citizens the things they can do at home, and very, very easy and cheap to do, by the way. So we're doing things there, and also for them to also know, like I said, they're very industrious, and our people, they know. When I said self-defense, they know what to do.
There will.
Usually they
Thank
do,
you.
and if they don't, they can ask questions and we'll tell them.
There will.
About the other question, say what we're building, yes, we're doing all that, so but it's not something to be discussing here in the space. Thank you very much. Deputy, I don't know if you have anything to add to that is you can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you also to the person who asked these wonderful questions. Your question number one. Look, the law of self-defense was made to empower our people to bring to their consciousness the idea of self-defense. About 1 month ago, our people were massacred while in church. Many of them. Had it been that they applied any form of self-defense, maybe some lives would have been saved. But you all also understand that we are Christians. Going by our Christian values, our people have been trained to believe that fighting back is a sin. So we are trying to debrief them, to bring them out of that age-long tradition of turning the other cheek. That was why the law was made, to bring to their consciousness that they have right, which is inalienable, to fight back with anything available. It doesn't necessarily mean that Biafran government will go and start to arm all citizens. But be rest assured that Biafran defense is in all nooks and crannies of Biafran land, scattered, because it is heavily decentralized force. But it is also difficult for us to be in all places at all times. And that is why the law of self-defense was promulgated, to sensitize our people about the importance of self-defense. That is the only reason. For those who were condemning it and shouting, asking questions the day this law was passed, I saw it and I saw those people and I was questioning myself. If we do not self-defense ourselves or self-defend ourselves, what do they want us to do? To just sit idly by and watch these invading marauders to come to our houses while we can do something, we just keep quiet. So for Biafrans to exist, there will be time that we will be able to arm our citizens. That time is coming. And that is why the law is made. So we begin now to get used to it, that self-defense is allowed in Biafra land. And for our enemies to know that we passed this law. In fact, they will think twice before coming to invade. Like they are just taking it as their right to come and kill Biafrans without any kind of retaliation from our people. So that is why the law was made. Thank you very much, Biafrans.
Thank you, Mr. Joko. I just want to let everybody know here the time now, we have 10 more minutes to go, and we have Sir William, Ogochukwu, and Ike Biafra. Madugo, don't give anyone else mic until these three are done. If we have more time, we continue. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, Sir William, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, my brother, Honorable Goshuko. Respectively, I greet great Biafrans all over the world who are here today. My question to the Secretary of Defense, sir, we all know that during our PM, there was a lot of sabotage, as it relates to the order he gave us over 6 months that we should refrain from going to OBS 82 div and the heavenly fire will touch them. And up till now, nothing has happened. So my question to you, sir, do we still have the impetus to do this needful? Because if we don't do it, whatever we are doing, only season or when you see, that is what only said. So my question to you, sir, is do we have anything in the offing to execute this project? Because it's of good interest to me. Thank you very much.
Did you get that question? I didn't get it clearly.
I
If you
didn't
again,
really understand the question, please.
I
Can
hope I
you
didn't
come
yeah,
come
again?
out.
yeah. Please, could you repeat the question? Please, it wasn't clear to me.
Hello?
Uh, Secretary of Defense, please refresh your mic. You are really wobbly, yeah. Sir Williams, can you repeat your question? They want to hear you again. Could you just
Oh,
direct the question?
oh,
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I say, Secretary of Defense, you were on the background even when our PM was there, and we know that there was a lot of sabotage as it relates to 82 div and OBs. Do we still have that impetus? Do we still have anything in the offing to execute that project, because it's of primary importance? Thank you very much. If I didn't come out,
Thank
Okay.
you very much. Thank you for the question.
did you get the question,
Yes,
sir?
I had this time. Well, it's that's operational discussion, not to be discussed here in public. Better.
All right, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, better. It's in our minds. Let me put it that way. Thank you.
There
Thank
you go.
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Okay, we'll come to Gochuku.
Nothing is off our table. Everything is under discussion.
Thank you, Honorable Secretary. Ugochukwu Ibewankwo, unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, the Information Minister, with 247. I greet all the honorable here and our Defense Minister. Well, you see, my question is, I just have two questions I want to ask. Firstly, is about, I watched a video when on the Adadio Rama page, something like she was um, playing a video where our BLA were drinking Gary or something like that. I don't know how she get those videos, but she's not in the defense. At least she need to forward it to the defense department. Nothing have been said about this. These are sensitive things. Number two is during this massacre in Hamufu and other places, like things were happening, we couldn't hear from the defense department. Like even if we noticed that the page was hacked, but at least they can create another one fast and and inform people on what is going on. Even as we have such things before in the Hamufu. That is my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So
Defense
well, I
secretary,
mean,
defense secretary, I can take the question about the Gary because as information minister.
okay.
That incident for the caller, I don't know when you listened to that incident, even when she was reporting that incident. To the best of my knowledge, she said in the past. So if it's in the past, let's leave it in the past. You can go and verify. But if she said it's happening now, please send me an inbox. To the best of my knowledge, I listened to her program during that time. She said it for the past. And again, I wouldn't want us to be mentioning people's name here. Please, let's just try not to. Thank you. So, Secretary of Defense, can go ahead with the other question. Thank you.
Sorry. Please, hold on, please. The person that asked this question, that video actually was a video of 2021 when the when we were going through battle war with what do you call them, the Shina Sanworu, and there were a lot of problems. There were a lot of those videos where people were crying, begging along the road. They even called me. So we have a lot of those videos. Some of them might start springing up now, just like somebody that went and used old video of last year telling people that our prime minister has been charged with terrorism. So it doesn't matter what you hear. That is why we have information. You can always come and verify if this is true. That video was an old video. That's just the simple truth. So let us not even go there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. On the second question, about the incident that happened at Habufu area. Well, we were communicating. I mean, not hear directly from us. The information was going out there. So, but okay, I take it that we'll do better next time. I guess to will come up more quickly. Let's put it that way. So thank you for that question. That's what I can say about that. Thank you.
Okay, Ike Biafra, ask your question. Sorry, I mean.
It's all right. I must say, know myself.
Anyway, thank you for giving opportunity. My question just goes straight to this. Yeah, we all assume that Nigeria is feeding everything. Nigeria is using our resource from our land to do whatever they do. So, both how prepare you to disrupt that flow of feeding bottle?
You had a question. There was a question. Deputy, you had a question there. Give me a second.
Yeah, so
Let me
you want me
answer.
to repeat it?
Secretary of Defense, you are no longer clear. Yeah, but we're already done. So just in case anyone you don't hear, please, Mr. Joko, if you can hear, just pick it up. We have less than 3 minutes.
Okay. Can I answer the last question?
Yes,
Go
go ahead.
ahead, sir.
Yeah, yes, please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. My fellow Biafrans, I think the last question borders on resource control. Am I right?
Very right.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Like you rightly said, our enemies are tapping on our resources, and that is where they derive the strength with which they kill us. But I can assure you, we all know what is happening. We have a country that is being occupied by foreign forces. That is sure. We cannot deny that. And with that occupation comes with also occupation of our resources. And we are now in a war, in asymmetric warfare. We are not here to, boast, but we are not here to say that we are not doing something. We are not unaware of all these things. But be rest assured, before you know it, in no distant time, when we say we have declared Biafra and we aim at coming home this year, before this year is out, this is our aim. And that resource control is on top of this plan. So be rest assured that we have everything within the defense network. We are doing everything, making every effort to ensure that we do what we need to do to gain control of our resources and our land. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joko. Is exactly 10 p.m. Japan time. So we come to the end of this space. Biafrans, I'm using this opportunity now to beg. I'm using the word beg. Anything you don't hear from David Harvard channel, will go 247, and some of our brothers supporting the United States of Biafra. Anything you don't read from my page, anything you don't read from the DPM page or the cabinet members page, disregard that information. If you are in doubt, I am your Secretary of Information. Inbox me. My Twitter handle, message box is open to everyone. I respond to questions. And if I don't know the answer, I go to the right department and get it and give you. People can testify to that. This is what I do. So please, going forward, if you believe on entertainment broadcast, go there and enjoy it. And when you enjoy it there, please ask all your questions there. Don't bring it to where you did not hear it from. We don't go that. That's not the way we do things. Wherever you get your information, if you want to verify something, inbox me and tell me who said that so that I know who to, I will know how to respond. It's quite unfortunate that some of our people, you don't believe in facts. You don't go to channels that will tell you what you need to know or to educate you about this freedom. You believe in a place that is sensational, where you want to hear what you want to hear. But the place you want to hear what you need to hear, you don't go there. And I'm not going to tell anyone what choice to make in terms of your own choice of entertainment. That's what I call it. But what we do not encourage is to always putting the government in a not friendly light to the world. We are in a government. Again, I mean, reinstating this again. This is not community associations. This is not Omuna. We don't do nepotism here. We don't do sisterhood here. Not at all. Rather, we do colleague, people you run the same race with. That's what we do. We don't do we come from this town. We don't do that we share the same blood. We don't do that. And we don't want anyone to portray that image. Master Simon Ekpa, His Excellency, you saw when everybody was asking where is he from. Some people they gave him so many, I would say, ethnicity attachment to his name. He never came out and say, "I'm from here. I'm from here." And this United States of Biafra is not going to be different from that. We have protocols we follow. Every Biafran is a brother. First, we are fighting a just cause. We do not do nepotism. That's what killed Nigeria. If you are from my village, you do the wrong thing, I'll support you. If that person is from another village and doing the right thing, you will never see it that way. That is not welcome in the United States of Biafra. We are all the same. We are fighting the same war. We belong to the society, and the society we belong to is Biafra agitation to go back home. That's the only bond that binds all of us. Nothing more, nothing less. Anything you want to hear from the government. Again, I am your Secretary of Information, and you all know where to go. Ask me the question. I will answer you to the best of my knowledge. I'm not someone that claims to know everything. I don't. The one I don't know, I know where to go and get that answer and give you. I'm using this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much for honoring this space today. We appreciate each and every one of you. For those that still want to believe what you believe in, it is your right, but that's not what USB is out here to do. We are here to help. On a final note, giving ideas is good. Giving your services is good too, or is better, but giving your money is the best. Donate so that we can do all these things. Donate so we can buy the drone. Donate so that we can do all these ideas. Without money, these ideas will not fly. We can talk all we talk, but we need to walk the walk. Please ask your friends, stop saying things that demoralize people on social media. Stop creating high blood pressure for our aged parents. My phone is full. I beg each and every one of you, spread the love, not the hate. And if anyone makes mistake, forgive them. That's what it is. But this United States of Biafra is not a monastery. Is not where Reverend Federal Seminary is not. We are here to do the right thing. Thank you so much, all of you. See you next time. This is Dr. Aggie signing off here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen.